Rampage.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit of the WoW podcast, Blue Please on CynicalBrits.com. As promised, this is the kill video and guide for Maloriak in the Blackwing Descent. This is on 10-man mode. Right. The way that we do this is one of several ways that you can do this. As far as I figure, with the current balance in the beta, there are 3 viable ways to do this. So let me explain the fight for you. For a more in-depth guide and explanation, please refer to my Wipeathon 3000 video. The annotation for that is at the top of the screen. Just click on that to go and have a look at it. I'd recommend watching that first if you have time on your hands. If you need something quick, well, here it is. Okay, so you do the pull right here. We have a setup at the moment of, I'm not kidding, 3 tanks. We have one of them switch back to doing DPS after that. So what he's going to do is he's going to do 1 of 2 phases. He's going to do either his red phase, which is this one, which you have to stack up for, because he's going to do a nasty flame breath attack, which is actually a damage sharing mechanic. It's unusual for a breath. Usually you want to be out of the breath. This time you want to be in the breath, or it'll one-shot your tank. He'll also release these ads. Now, these ads have to be picked up by the off-tank, as you might imagine, and they have to be tanked away from the group because they have a buff, and if they get anywhere near the boss, it gets very dangerous indeed. You want to avoid that. He'll also do something called Arcane Storms. This should be interrupted at every possible opportunity, so nail that one down. Second lot of ads has come out right there. There's the interrupt on the Arcane Storms, and I expect to see a phase change very soon indeed. He's going to go blue after this. He'll either go red or blue first, and then they'll go the opposite one after that. So there we go. Blue Violent, the Cauldron. At this point, you need to spread out. Why do you need to spread out? Because he's got this ice block attack. He's going to pick someone in the raid. He's going to put them in an ice block. That has to be DPS. That's about 5,000 health to kill the ice block on the 10-man mode. Very simple to do. I actually locked most of these down simply by tab targeting and hitting it with a Fire Blast. That does around 5,000 damage reliably. You'll also notice there, Spell Stealable buff. You want to either purge that or Spell Steal it if you have a mage. Very good idea to do that because it's going to give you mega healing. That's very handy because I've been caught in an ice block right there. Someone got me out quite quickly. We don't do too well on the interrupting, actually, for the Arcane Storm. You need to be a little bit quicker on that to minimize the raid damage and stop the healers from shouting at you. There's the ice block right over there. Nail that down nice and easy. Steal the buff, no problem at all. Okay, we've got a bunch of ads right here. He's going into his green phase. Now, at this point, you've got to collect up all the ads and DPS them down. Why? Because in the green phase, he's going to remove the stacking buff that these ads have. The more ads that are together, the less damage they take and the more damage they do. That green phase is going to wipe all of that out and is going to put a debuff on everyone, including you, that does 100% more damage to you. So AoE, blast them down, and there you go. Now, in this strategy, we're using 2 tanks right here. We released 12 ads. He's got a finite number. He's got 18 of the small ones and 2 big ones that you're going to see at the end. So he does 4 casts before the first green phase. We didn't interrupt any of them. We let them all through, no problem at all. Released 12 ads and we had 2 tanks, so we split the groups up into 2 groups of 6. Now, if you get 9 ads stacked up on a single tank with item level 346 gear under the current tuning, what's going to happen is your tank is going to die. It's fairly likely at any rate. It might be able to survive the first lot with a bunch of cooldowns, but it is unreliable at best. It is very dicey to do that. So we did go with this 2-tank strategy, and we killed 12 of the 18 small ads. So once they're wiped out, he just has to tank 6, no problem at all. So what we had a Feral off-tank, and then we had the Feral go Cat and go and do some damage. Obviously, it's non-optimal because he's still going to be wearing some tanking gear, but it's good enough, and it does help, and as you'll notice, it was a successful kill. Once he's done the green phase, he's going to go back to either his red or his blue phase. So we've got the red one up right here. There's the blue one. So spread out for that, nice and easy. And just keep an eye out for those ice blocks. Bear in mind, you can get an ice block cast on the off-tank, which is very unpleasant, and that needs to be removed very quickly indeed. What I would recommend for that, by the way, is that you drop an instant area of effect attack. Why? Well, it does a little bit of damage to the ad group, and it's much easier to target the flash freeze using that than it is to use a single target attack. Say, usually I'd be tab targeting to get a flash freeze, but if it's in the middle of those mobs, chances are the tab target's going to hit a mob, it's not going to hit him, so drop a nice little AoE on that. That should wipe the ice block out very quickly indeed. Personally, I like to use a blast wave for that. There you go. It's very easy, very quick to do that, but you've just got to be very precise with it. And like I say, a mage with that instant attack, or indeed a shaman with a nice big shock is perfect for that. Second green phase right here. We only have 6 adds to deal with. I dump a Ring of Frost to control them, very nice right here, and drop everything in the world that we've got in it. Those aberrants are going to be wiped out very, very quickly, and we're in a perfect position now for the final phase, which is when he hits 20%. He's going to go loco, ladies and gentlemen. Going to go very crazy indeed. What he's going to do is he's going to release all of his remaining adds. The only adds he's got left at this point are 2 big ones. They're called Prime Subjects. They just need to be off-tanked. They will fixate on random members of the raid, but they can be taunted back, so the tanks just need to keep on it. He's going to spawn these little frozen orbs. You want to try and keep away from those because of the knockback, and his main mechanic right here is that massive fire attack that he can put on the floor. He's going to blast that in the direction of the tank. That's going to remain on the ground for a little while, so you're going to have to keep moving him. Drop everything you have at this point. Hit him with the cooldowns. Hit him with your Time Warp, your Bloodlust, and just try and stay alive, because this is a 6-minute enrage timer. We're very close to it right here. We need to burn him down with everything we possibly have. Now, of course, we have lost someone right here, which is not helping at all. We're just going to have to keep nuking, and just apply the pressure. Use everything you can to survive. Pop your health stones, pop your defensive cooldowns. Look at that mad healing I've got going on right there. I managed to steal his healing buff right there, which is vital. It's got to either be dispelled, purged, or stolen. I'd strongly recommend you steal it as a mage, because it does give you mana and a bunch of health. 400k now, going very, very well indeed. But we have lost another raid member. Things are starting to get very dicey. We're on about 10 seconds before he enrages right here. Once he enrages, will last about 5 seconds maybe, and down he goes flat on his ass. Not a bad kill at all, honestly. But like I said, that 3-tank approach in the 10-man is unusual. It's one option. Another option would be try and DPS down the first 3 adds using single target DPS only. But again, if you do that, it might reduce the amount of damage to the point where you may not make the enrage timer. The third option is that you take 9 adds and you interrupt one of the ad casts, and you simply use kiting abilities such as a Blast Wave, Earthbind Totem, the Icy Trap, and things like that. Just anything to keep them nice and slow and keep that mad damage off the tank before the green phase. It's good stuff, folks. It's a very entertaining fight. It's called Maloriak. It's going to be the first thing you're going to see in Blackwing Descent. And there's the loot, as you saw right there. Congratulations to Betamus Testimus, because it took us about 5 hours to do that. We had to make up some brand new tactics because the Insidia ones, as of this point, are out of date at the moment. They changed the ad so you can't easily tank the 9 as you were able to before. It's good stuff nonetheless, though. Really proud of that kill. Very entertaining and a whole lot of fun. My name's been Total Biscuit. That has been a guide and kill video for Maloriak. I'll see you next time.